Prohibition plunged American society into a lawless darkness. How did a law intended to restore morality fundamentally corrupt the nation? Over 13 years, its enforcement swelled criminal organizations across the U.S., dramatically increasing murder rates. Yet, at the heart of this failure lay a structural cause: the persistent gap between ideals and reality, a pattern still repeated today. What exactly was prohibition? Why did a well-intentioned law backfire? Who overlooked what, and what lessons should modern policymaking take from it? We uncover it all. Let's delve into the full scope of its collapse. In this main feature, we also detail Prohibition's lesser-known impacts on modern society. In the late 19th century, alcoholism was a severe social problem in America. Worker productivity plummeted, and domestic violence was rampant. Alcohol was seen as the root of all social evils, and the temperance movement rapidly gained momentum. Women, in particular, rose as fervent activists. Organizations like the Anti-Saloon League and the Women's Christian Temperance Union campaigned nationwide. Saloons were denounced as dens of vice. The movement wasn't merely a moral argument. It intertwined with the women's suffrage movement, beginning to wield significant political power. When World War I erupted, patriotism, advocating that grain should go to food, not alcohol, resonated with the public, bolstering the movement. As German immigrants were central to the brewing industry, anti-German sentiment also fueled the push for prohibition. In 1919, the 18th Amendment to the Constitution passed Congress, prohibiting the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol. The nation was jubilant. A new era, a moral society seemed promised. Many believed everything would now improve. Immediately after the law's enactment, alcohol consumption did temporarily decrease. Many saloons closed, and the streets saw fewer drunkards. Alcohol-related health issues and domestic problems were also reportedly alleviated. Society seemed to have grown quieter. In some regions, especially early on, statistics even showed a decrease in crime rates. Prohibition was touted as effective. However, the thirst for alcohol could not be eradicated. Underground, people began to seek new means. Home brewing became popular, and crude alcohol, often called bathtub gin, circulated. Its quality was dangerously low. Secret drinking establishments, speakeasies, emerged across cities. Behind unmarked entrances lay hidden social hubs of liquor and music. Supplying bootleg alcohol and running speakeasies required organization and violence. This caught the attention of criminal syndicates. Until this point, things seemed fine, but beneath the law, a darkness no one anticipated was quietly expanding. For organized crime, especially the mafia, prohibition was a goldmine. They monopolized the manufacture and distribution of illicit alcohol. Gang bosses like Al Capone amassed immense wealth and power during this period. They bribed police, rendering law enforcement a mere formality. Even police officers and officials, tasked with enforcing prohibition, accepted bribes and colluded with bootlegging rings. Corruption permeated every corner of society. The quality of bootleg liquor was unregulated. Dangerous alcohol made from industrial spirits or poor ingredients flooded the market. Cases of methanol poisoning leading to blindness or, in the worst instances, death became frequent. The very alcohol the government had forbidden now attacked people in a more dangerous form. Prices for liquor on the black market soared. Only the wealthy could afford quality alcohol, while the poor risked their lives with dangerous, inferior spirits. Federal agents, meant to crack down on bootlegging, were understaffed, making enforcement across vast America impossible. But here, a trap no one noticed had opened. A terrifying pitfall where a well-intentioned policy fundamentally transformed society. Once enacted, a law is not easily repealed. Powerful lobbying by prohibition proponents blocked efforts toward its abolition. Gang organizations and the politicians allied with them reaped enormous profits from prohibition's continuation. They did not want the law repealed. Public opinion was sharply divided over prohibition. Supporters vehemently opposed repeal on moral grounds. The government felt that acknowledging Prohibition's failure meant admitting its own mistakes. It couldn't abandon a policy in which so much had been invested. This was a classic Concord effect, the phenomenon of hesitating to withdraw from a failing endeavor due to past investments, be it political capital or resources. Those advocating repeal were called wets and proponents dries. Their escalating conflict made rational debate difficult. As violence and corruption became commonplace, people lost faith in the law itself. It transformed from something to be upheld into something to be broken. This vicious cycle persisted for 13 years because the government averted its gaze from the reality and failed to decide on a policy reversal. In 1929, the Great Depression erupted. The economy plunged into an unprecedented crisis, and the government desperately needed new tax revenue sources. The cessation of legal alcohol sales had already cost the government enormous liquor tax revenue. This situation only worsened with the economic crisis. The Great Depression shifted public focus from moral issues to economic ones. Job creation became a higher priority than prohibition. Health hazards from bootleg liquor and the rampant rise of criminal organizations reached an undeniable level, leading many to recognize prohibition's detrimental effects. In 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt became president. He campaigned on a promise to repeal prohibition and gained national support. Then, on December 5, 1933, the 21st Amendment was ratified, formally repealing prohibition. The 13-year noble experiment concluded. Prohibition is a classic example of how attempts to solve complex social problems with simple regulations can create unforeseen negative consequences. It teaches that even well-intentioned policies, if they ignore human nature and market mechanisms, risk throwing society into chaos. What we must learn from this failure is the fact that problems are not solved by simple bans or regulations alone. Instead, prohibition demonstrated the potential for new darkness to emerge within society, complicating issues in more severe ways. Why did a well-intentioned law backfire? It was the result of idealism underestimating the complexity of reality, a lesson pertinent to modern policymaking. The quality of decision-making when tackling complex social issues will differ significantly between those who understand this failure and those who do not. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit the like button. We share a new history of failure every day. Next time, we'll bring you another astonishing tale of failure, hidden in the depths of history. Stay tuned.
この失敗は歴史のほんの1ページ。世界にはまだ語られていない失敗が数多くあります。失敗の歴史をチャンネル登録して、次の物語もぜひご覧ください。